In most of the countries around the world, politics happens every couple of years. In the Balkans, my friends, don't worry, they happen every day. Even when you're sleeping in there, they will come to your bed. Super, welcome, my friends. Balkan Breakfast Talk Show, new mini-series about the Balkan countries. My friends, first of all, a like and a subscribe would help me a lot. And we start immediately. Super, my friends, a short history of why actually nothing is simple, of why this politics happens in the Balkans. So, my friends, first of all, the politics in the Balkans is like tradition. Very important. We had empires. Then we had, my friends, border changes. Then we have states appear out of nowhere. Doesn't matter. I'm just being brutally honest. Then, my friends, we had friends who became enemies. Enemies who became friends. And so on and so on and so on. So, you see, my friends, we develop trust issues because of these changes a lot. Doesn't matter, my friend. Even if the change was coming from some continent far away, it actually impacted us a lot. Super. So the result, my friends, of this history that we have, this brutal history with politics in the Balkan countries is what? Weak institutions, a lot of corruption, my friends, and permanent fear of instability. That's why people are leaving, but we're gonna talk, don't worry. The list that I made, iau bombona. Super. My friends, how power actually works. The power works similarly like is working here in European Union and in the other countries by elections. But in reality, my friends, the Balkan people know, the elections are not that important. What is important in the Balkan countries, especially in the politics department, my friends, is parties, families, clans, business network, services, Barbie dolls, and so on and so on and so on. So, my friends, the matter is which judge is gonna help which party, who controls the police, who controls this, who controls the media, very important, and blah blah blah. So in general, my friends, it's like everywhere around this beautiful continent of ours named Europe, is same shit like everywhere. But in the Balkans, it's a little bit unique, my friends, because the people are a little bit unique. Let me explain to you. Super. My friends, we have democracy. Believe it or not, we have democracy. You know, I don't have to tell you that most of the Balkan countries, if not all of the Balkan countries, were actually under communism. Post-communism era, you know, my friends. Problem. A very big problem. It was not our fault, but doesn't matter. So, my friends, the democracy in the Balkan countries, it exists, but let me explain to you, it's like driving a Passat manual 1.9 TDI. With 1 million kilometers passed. It goes, but it goes like that. Super. So, my friends, you see, we have democracy. But then again, in the same time, the media is totally captured. Public and even private media is totally captured, my friends. There is a lot of pressure on voters because, let me explain to you, very important. In the smaller countries, even not in all the countries in Balkans, my friends, there is pressure on voters because they're actually, doing this intelligently. That's a word probably. Intelligent. Balkan English problem. They're doing it a little bit more intelligent. They're gonna give you a job or something to do, or they're gonna employ your son or daughter or wife, but you have to vote for them, the whole family. And as you know, my friends, in the Balkan, our families are like 10,000 people. You understand? That's the problem. I'm going back. Super. Then, my friends, state resources state resources on campaigns, because, my friends, the campaigns for these political parties are very important. So they're using the state resources, they're using the money from the tax and blah 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 to actually fund their campaign, as they're using in European Union as well. There is no difference, you understand? There is no difference. The problem is in the Balkans, my friends, they're doing it unpolitely. They don't give a shit. They're gonna take all their money and they're gonna make these ads, you know, Johannes Helga, but from our countries, you know, Stole Pero Toshe Blaguen and this with the glasses. You should vote for me because I'm gonna fix your road. Motherfuckers, you didn't do shit. Dinosaurs. Motherfuckers. Honestly. And my friends, of course, the biggest problem as well is we have selective justice. Justice for you and me, my friend, who are in the middle class, who are actually normal workers and want to have normal lives, doesn't work, my friend. For the politician, it works. Doesn't matter. For example, the MPs, they have immunity, right? But in general, my friends, for all the politicians and from all the parties, the justice is selective. That's why nobody went to jail. Maybe they will put some ex prime minister into jail just to show that they're doing something to European Union so they can upload to us. Pičku majčinu. It's not like that, my friends. Super. My friends, elections change usually governments with democracy, right? Usually, left and right. They don't see anything else because the boomers are only voting left and right and they're doing this or this. That's why we are fucked. Doesn't matter. Different topic. Super. But the problem is that the elections are changing governments, but the system is never changing, my friends. The system is rotten. Iau epten. Very much. You understand? Problem. Very big problem. Super. My friends, the permanent enemy business model. I actually wrote it in my list. Listen, my friends. Balkan politics, they're surviving on fear because they want for the normal people, for us, to fear them. Even though, let me do the guru stuff, even though, my friends, the generations are changing. Now, millennials, Gen X, Gen Z, everybody is coming, right? Slowly but surely, they're coming. My friends, we don't fear the politicians. We don't give a shit because we want actually to live good lives like they're living in some countries in European Union, some countries in Asia, America, and so on and so on. We want something new. We don't want your old system fucking dinosaurs. Understand? As I said, what the fuck are you doing at 77 years old being a prime minister? Go and fish, bre. What are you gonna change in the guy at 70? You cannot even walk. Super. Not super, but super. So my friends, the permanent enemy business model is that even though all the Balkan countries in the Balkan region, the people, the normal people, are like family. Because we're coming from mixed up tribes, in one region. My friends, we're actually family. I'm not even joking with you. That's for the history part of. Stay tuned. It will be a very good episode. But my friends, we are actually family. But the politicians, they always want for us to argue and for us to have problems because there is some problem that actually happened 10,000 years ago and we have to solve it now, because if we don't solve it now, we will veto you to enter European Union, or we will not give you electricity, for example. Sorry. My friends, how stupid are you to actually vote for these people? No, honestly, this is an honest question, especially to the boomers. How stupid are you? Please tell me, how stupid are you to vote for these people? All of your life, you're voting for one or the other party. My friends, they're bought. They're not free, they're bought. Even the generations are changing in these parties. Their sons, relatives, daughters, doesn't matter. My friends, same shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? They're bought with domestic and foreign money. They don't care for you at all. They don't give a shit about you if you live under the bridge near the dumpsters. Aman Visha, like, wake up. Super. Sorry. Opa. Let me do the Zen. Calm down. Super. So, my friends, as I said, the permanent enemy business model, they will always invent some problem, even though they're not problems, my friends. The countries are beautiful. The people, the mentality is extremely good. Food is good. Weather is perfect, bro. Everything is good, my friends. The people actually like each other between the borders, between the other countries. We have jokes for one another. Doesn't matter. Those are jokes and some stupid shit. My friends, we like each other. We even marry each other from across borders. You understand? We're actually same shit. Wake up, release your mind from politics, and do something. Super. My friend, we come here to a very big problem. I'm gonna try to make myself serious. Balkan Breakfast Talk Show, serious edition. Pičku majčinu. Listen. My friends, nationalism. This is a very hard topic. I don't want to trigger the Balkans because they're gonna swear to me in the comments. Listen, you should love your country. You should be a patriot. But in the same time, my friends, you should be real and you should know that you're living in today's world. Today, 2026. You understand? You should live in today's world, my friend. in the modern... Dosta bre, Fifi. Sorry, this microphone. You should be, how can I say, real. You should know the real things. You should accept the real things. That the time is changed. My friends, you cannot go back to the history and change things like you wanted. You understand? They're just buying you the nationalism. Okay, listen. The nationalism in most of the Balkan countries is actually worth around 300 to 700 euros. You're gonna get a job, government job or I don't know, for 300 to 700 euros, and they expect from you to be the biggest nationalist of the country. That's how much your nationalism actually costs, my friend. And you should hate your brothers and sisters across your border or I don't know, the other countries in the Balkans forever. Do you actually know why you hate your brothers and sisters? Because of some problem that actually happened even before Christ? Sorry for mentioning you, but really? Are you serious? And you're gonna argue for all of your life, you're gonna waste all of your life, and you're gonna be bought for 300 to 700 euros. 1,000 euros. Pitch kumajčinu, in today's time you can wipe your ass with that money. You understand? That's the biggest problem, my friends, in the Balkan countries. And for my European Union friends and from all over this world, if you're watching this video. Nationalism is in some small, how can I say, size, it's good to be patriot, to like your country. But then again, my friend, believe it or not, being a patriot actually means paying taxes and actually building your country, not just finding a way how to abuse systems. You see, you have a lot of parameters that you should include. You understand? My friends, please, the problem are not the people. The problem are your stupid politicians, and the problem in the end of the day is you, who is locked in sometimes in, I don't know, 76 or I don't know, after the Second World War, my friend, and you believe in fairy tales. You understand? Doesn't matter, my friends, in the same region of Balkan, we have Catholics, Orthodox, Muslims, even atheists. Doesn't matter. My friends, there are no problems. There are no problems. In reality, there are no problems. But in general, of course, the politicians, they're going to say that, today there is a problem between Macedonia and Bulgaria. Why? Please tell me why. And some nationalistic guys who work for 400 euros will come on TV. The country doesn't exist. You are this, you are... Why? Why are you telling that to the people? I understand, my friend, history. But it's... Listen, my friends, you're living in today's modern world. You're not living in history. We should know the history. Yes, it's important. But it's not important for today's modern world, my friends, where you actually don't have money and where actually you're living under the bridge near the dumpster. Do you understand me? You're driving Passat 1.9 manual from Belgium with 700,000 kilometers instead of driving a Ferrari. Don't be stupid. Wake up. Super. Super. And of course, my friends, the next biggest thing that I have on my list is the corruption. The corruption is present all around the world, let's be honest. But in the Balkans, my friends, how can I say, it's implemented in the system. It's a how can I say, default setting for the system. Everything is corrupted. But in the same time, my friends, if you know how to navigate through the system, you're gonna live a good life. But you should be extremely smart, and you should be, how can I say, polite. You understand? So you should be something like a player, to play around the system. This, which is annoying. I understand. That's why I said, my friends, the new generation is coming. We don't want this shit. But until the old generation went away and this system gets wiped, format C, install new operating system, until then we have to navigate. Super. My friends, the corruption. We have it in the medical system, we have it in the pension system, we have it in the social system, we have it in the judicial system, we have it everywhere. That's why I'm saying to you, and watch my previous episode, if you want to do something, to do some business and blah, blah, you have to navigate. Be smart. Be intelligent. Because if you're smart and intelligent and if you know how to navigate, my friends, you're going to solve a lot of problems in the Balkans. For yourself. You cannot solve the Balkans. Trust me, I tried. My hair fall down. My friend, you're gonna solve a lot of problems for you and for your family. The region is extremely beautiful. All the countries are fucking amazing, my friends, and the people are bombona. Trust me. The problem is, my friends, that we are a little bit unique. That's the problem. Super. So, my friends, the corruption is, how can I say, it's not stealing money. It's actually controlling the rules. You understand? That's the problem. You understand about corruption, even though here it functions the same, my friends. There was a case in Czech Republic last year, I think. They caught some guy from the government with bitcoins. Doesn't matter, everywhere functions. Just the problem is which media is gonna release which information. The media is very important. We're gonna get there. Don't worry. Super. As I said, the media is very important. So, in the Balkans, my friends, media is like theater. Theater, not information, theater. Because, my friends, as in European Union, you take the remote control, right? You put on TV all these newscasters and all these people who are doing this shit around the news, and they all sound the same. All of them, my friends, are like parrots. One is the parrot from the left, one is the parrot from the right. You understand? For millions of years, the same shit, my friends. If you're watching the news, you're actually not intelligent. My friends, you have online, listen, you check it, you have online podcasts, you have online media, which is free. Support them as much as you can, because they're actually your true voice, my friend. Not these major TV stations, even in the Balkans. Those are just motherfuckers. Those are just chasing titles for money. You understand? Or, if you want to pay them money, that's for another topic. You understand? That's corruption. So you see, my friends, again, Kasha Popara. Problem. Very big problem. Super. Listen. In the media, my friends, especially before the election, they're going to give them a lot of money. In my country, for example, and in all the countries in the Balkans, is same shit. My friends, you turn on every fucking TV station. You just change. Tak, 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 plus, plus, plus. My friends, same shit. I don't understand why the fuck we should only have one television and that's it. One new, one program. Only cats. Only one. Two. You just watch that. And why the fuck do we have couple of public television, a lot of private? You're doing the same shit, motherfuckers. Same program. Same program. Same newscast. Everything is the same, my friends. If I'm watching something on TV, which I'm not, but if I'm watching something, my intelligence falls down to zero, my friend. I'm like a rat. You understand? Don't trust these motherfuckers, my friends. It's a modern time. You have AI, you have everything, you have technology, you have YouTube, bre. Just put on YouTube. There is like a lot of free media that is I don't know, informing you, documentary series, news if you want to watch the news and blah blah blah. Or read some online portal, doesn't matter. But fuck these motherfuckers, man. You understand? And plus you should pay every month this, how is it called? The radio diffuse, I don't know how is it called in English. This, for the public television. Go and fuck yourselves. Super. So my friends, you see, and plus the debates on the media. It's like a shit show. You're watching a debate between a left and right political representative. My friend, it's like I'm watching my grandma and grandpa argue. God rest their souls. God rest their soul, my friend. But hey, it's a shit show. It's 2026, my friends. Kids are doing shit with AI and everything. You're still watching TV. At least if you have TV. I have a TV. But my friends, you have Netflix, you have YouTube, you have other platforms. Like, do something. Don't watch these motherfuckers. You understand? Super. Political marketing. That's what is the media is. Political marketing, political debates. They're gonna tell you some news that somebody stole. What the fuck? You understand? Full story, but they're gonna cut it like they want to. Pičku majčinu. My friends, now we come to the people. How many minutes? 20 minutes. I'm gonna be fast. Don't worry. My friends, we come to the people. The older people, with all of my love and all of my respect, you're a bit outdated. I'm gonna explain to you why. Listen. My friends, first of all, you're cynical, you're too political, you are informed, yes, about the history because you were living in a little bit different time, let's be honest. And plus your parents were living in this crazy shit of our grandparents of Second World War, doesn't matter. So everybody is informed, but in the same time, my friends, we are powerless in the Balkans. Because the elections in the Balkans and who is gonna step into the government and choose, I don't know, mayors and this kind of shit, is pre-designed and pre-approved by somebody else. You're smart people, you understand me. It's not by us, it's by somebody else. We just vote. And you go and you vote. My friends, there is a lot of people now who are forming new parties. Actually capitalists, actually libertarians, some religious parties. Doesn't matter. Vote for whoever you are. For whoever you want. Don't just vote left and right. Those are the ones that actually destroyed everything. Those are the ones that actually made us enemies between ourselves. And we love each other. Do you understand the problem? Same shit here in the European Parliament, my friend. And in the European countries. Same shit. Why are you fighting your brothers and sisters because of some political... Are you stupid or are you stupid? No, please answer. Okay. Listen, please answer to me this question. How stupid are you to fight with somebody and to argue with somebody about politics? I really want to see in the comments, please. Just why? Only if you're the leader of the political party, then you should fight with the other leader of the political party, which is normal because you want to win votes. But why are you fighting a normal guy who is working in some electrical distribution company, or actually you're living under the bridge near the Reds, and you're fighting with the other people for politics? Just please write me in the comments. I really want to understand your logic. Okay? Because the younger people, my friends, we don't give a shit. We actually want to succeed in life. We want to see good things. Listen, my friends, millennials, younger people in general. We want to see something which is good. Something which is, nice, and something which is developed. Like, for example, my friends, Singapore. Or Japan. Or some other countries. I don't want to mention everything. You understand? Something developed and total freedom. My friends, if I want to use script, I'm going to use script. If I want to use a traditional old dinosaur bank, I'm going to use it. If I want to use Revolut, which is the best application ever, by my opinion, not financial advice, I'm going to use it. You understand? We need freedom. But these dinosaurs are again fucking us up. And the people, my friends, they actually know, listen, the people in the Balkans, they know who steals, who lies, who manipulates with you, with the people, who is connected, which company from your country is connected to certain political party or to the government. We know everything, and when we're going and voting, we're not going and voting for something better. We are voting in order to punish one or the other political party. That's how, my friends, our countries are actually totally fucked up. That's the reality. You understand? When you're voting to punish somebody for something that you don't like, you're getting fucked. You understand? Think with your brain, my friends. Think with your brain. It's 2026. My friends, AI is taking almost everything. Think with your brain. Politics is not important anymore. They will be most probably changed, or I don't know, something will happen to them. They will be implemented into the AI. I don't know what will happen in, 20 years from now. You understand? But think with your brain. And don't argue with your brothers and sisters about stupid shit like politics. It pisses me off. Opa, Zen. Super. So, my friends. And, one more thing, and we move to solutions. My friends, the biggest mistake that you can do now in your country is not vote. Because remember, as I said in my previous episode, if you're not voting, my friends, they're taking your paper, this stupid thing that actually means something to them, pičku majčinu. They're taking the paper and they're giving it to left or to right political party. At least go, my friends, and draw them a dinosaur on the paper, or Superman, whatever you want. Draw them something. Just go and vote, please. Or just put an X, bre. Or just spill. Spit. You understand? Just remember, don't stay at home when there is elections. Super. My friends, reforms, they're not working in the Balkans, let's be honest, because the institutions are captured by political parties. Let's be brutally honest. One political party comes into power, let's say for example, right political party comes into power, all the institutions are filled with people from this right political party. Doesn't matter, my friends, if they actually don't know how to work, because in reality they don't, because they're taking people who were actually, how can I say, living under the bridge near the dumpsters with zero education to be, I don't know, a prime minister, for example, or some leader of some institution. You understand my point? The resume doesn't matter. You know English, but you don't know English, doesn't matter. Stay there, drink coffee, and take money from the people, because the people are actually paying you from taxes. Logic, yoke logic, but logic. Super. My friends, like in every Balkan Breakfast Talk Show video, I always have solutions because I'm your drunk uncle. I drink ouzo, with meze, ouzo, and I know everything about everybody. So today I'm gonna fix the politics. I'm not, but I have some good ideas. Super. My friends, first of all, the institutions in the Balkans, they need to be as boring as possible. Like, for example, they're boring in Germany, Czech Republic, or these countries over here. They're boring, but because they're working there, because they're boring, they're somehow working, somehow functioning. Boring. You understand, my friends? How can I say? There should be zero drama. Just boring and follow the law. That's it. Then, my friends, even though I'm really against the most things in the systems, I have to be honest, but I have to be honest about the solution as well. Pay the judges and the prosecutors properly, because listen, my friends, if you pay the judges and the prosecutors normal salary, they're not gonna steal that much. They're still gonna steal, but not that much. So they're gonna give you discount on stealing. Bože gospode, you understand? Super. Then, my friends, transparent appointments. I don't want for you to be locked behind some door with somebody and steal all the money from some project, my friends. I actually want to see the project to be realized for me, for my kids, for my parents. You understand? Transparent. Super. My friends, strong independent media. As I told you, YouTube, podcasts, documentary series, informative series on YouTube. Support them as much as you can. Donate. Support them. Be good. Like you're supporting me. Very good with this Latino thing from the light. Limit party control over the state. This will never happen in the Balkans, but listen. If it can be limited somehow. Let's say, for example, my friend, Ministry of Interior, for example. Take half of it. Put your people in half of the Ministry of Interior. Leave the other half for somebody else who actually has good resumes and good, how can I say, experience, and they actually want to do something. To fix something. Leave space for somebody. Especially for the young people who actually want to work government jobs. You understand? Who want to fix something, who actually have, how can I say, clean heart. Super. My friends, civic education, I mentioned in the previous episode. Yes, I have to mention it again. We should know our rights, but because we don't have rights. We don't have rights in the Balkans, my friends. What is right? Because democracy means something totally else. Nobody is practicing it, even in European Union. Let's be honest, my friends, and around the world, democracy is, yes, but like the Passat and DVT with manual with 1 million kilometers. It goes, but it doesn't go. But at least know your rights. At least know what is actually democracy. And maybe if you want, my friends, and if you're, how can I say, if you're good-hearted and blah, blah, just fight for democracy. At least a little part. A little part. We don't have to have total free country, because I know that none of the countries around the world are totally free, let's be honest. But we need a little bit of democracy. Some system to function. Some system. Please. And my friends, one more thing, and I finish. Almost 30 minutes, I'm sorry. Listen, my friends, external pressure is very important in the Balkans. I'm going to tell you why. When we're pressured externally, by externally I mean from other countries and other continents around our this beautiful world of ours, we actually perform very good because of the mentality. Because we will be ashamed if, let's say, for example, our strategic partners from European Union or from America or from Asia, they tell us, my friends, what the fuck is wrong with your roads? This is not road, this is off-road. You understand? And we will be so ashamed and we will fix it immediately. They should give us the money for fixing. Because we don't have money, remember. But my friends, we will be ashamed. So we need some external pressure, because when we're pressured, everything works perfectly. The problem is, my friends, nobody pressured any Balkan countries for 45 years. That's the problem. That's why everybody is smoking cigarettes and you understand? Super. My friends, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate you and I really love you. Remember this, I'm a small channel, I have only love in my heart. I want to make your day better and I want to make you laugh and enjoy this content with me. A like and a subscribe would help me a lot. I have this buy me a coffee link if you want to tip me a coffee. If not, who gives a shit, I have it. Here it is, opa. My friends, and see you very soon into the next episode. You! Hai, ciao!